Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Thanks for
I'm
inviting me.
Anila Kunapareddi, and today I'll be talking to two young law students and find out about their likes, their dislikes, their backgrounds, and what made them choose law as their subject of study. So, hello, Swami,
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
and tell me, what's your complete name, Swami?
My complete name is Pasulakadi Swami. My surname is Pasulakadi. My original name is Swami. Few members call me as a Rohit. Is my nickname.
So, and what's your home? Where's your hometown?
My hometown belongs to Siddipet district. Earlier before it was Medak district. It's after formation of Telangana state, states are divided into 36 states. So that now my native place belongs to Siddipet district.
Is it a big town?
Yes, no, it's a big town, big and beautiful, well-developed city.
So now tell me something about your hometown. What do you like about your hometown?
I my hometown. I feel like as a my native place. It's a very good place, beautiful place. Environment and people surrounding people is very good, and so many spiritual places are there. Temples and everything.
Okay. Can you name any temples?
Kodilingeshwara temple, Komaravelli Devasthanam. Yes, ma'am.
And other than temples, what else is nice about your city?
Ranganayak Sagar is one of the famous one. Komat Cheru, Malana Sagar. Irrigation projects are very nearer to my native place. It's very good and beautiful. Malana Sagar is one of the most important reservoir in Telangana. It's 550 TMC's capacity.
Now tell me something about your education background.
My education background is I completed my graduation, BTech Electrical and Electronics Engineering.
Okay.
So now I'm pursuing law.
Where did you study? Where did you do your BTech?
I did my BTech in Hyderabad only, Vigyanabad Institute of Technology.
Now we will. So any childhood memories that you have, which you remember still during your school life or among your family members or anything related to your um, childhood.
I have a lot of childhood memories. My school days are very awesome and excellent. In that we are naughty and childish people. I am conducting a cricket tournament, chess tournament, everything. That's good, ma'am.
You participated or you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm the captain of my team.
Oh, that's great. Do you still pursue chess and cricket?
Chess, ma'am.
You still play chess?
I will play chess, ma'am.
Kept in touch? Any tournaments you participated? Do you participate now in any tournaments?
No, ma'am. Up to my school level only.
And cricket? Do you play
Cricket
now
also. Cricket will
sometimes?
be in our in my class. We friends are divided into two batches and two teams. So in this scenario, we will play the matches only.
And what about your activities other than chess and cricket? What else?
I will
What
regularly.
was the entertainment?
I like to participate debates and cultural events, uh, group discussions. What are the issues our society facing? Just now, in recent days, Parliament amendment, Work Amendment bill. So most of the people don't know about the things. They are conducting dharnas and everything. So in this situation, I'm planning to participate in debate and explain about pros and cons.
So that brings me to why you chose law after doing your engineering. So what made you choose law?
Basically, I'm not. I'm a. I will not say ideal sitting. If anything goes wrong in the society, within less span of time, I will respond to that. That is my nature.
Okay, that's good.
So that is
So
nature
you
in.
think by studying law, you can do that better?
Yes, ma'am. Earlier before I don't know about the how to face the police department and other departments. Now I have somehow knowledge, little bit of knowledge I have.
So that brings me to a topic which I will give you, and I would like you to speak about it for 1.5 to 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. And this will be concerning your law studies because you're studying law. How long have you been in law now? You're in first year, second year?
Second sem, first year, second sem.
Okay. So
Apart from
I leave it to you, Swami, to choose a concept, maybe, or a subject that interests you very much in law, in whatever you've studied up till now, and speak about it for 1.5 to 2 minutes. Any topic, any subject, or any concept that you found interesting, and you would like to speak about it for 1.5 to 2 minutes.
okay.
Do you need to prepare? I mean, do you need a few seconds to prepare for it?
No, I will continue.
Okay. So, you'll speak about a topic that interests you in law, a concept, or anything that you have found interesting in the last 1 year or 6 months of your study. So you have 2 minutes. Can you start?
Yes. All are my favorite subjects. Apart from, I would like more like an constitution. So in that, everyone have rights. That is fundamental rights. Fundamental rights, Article 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So the study people they know about the fundamental rights. Those are illiterate people. Those who are working in rural areas, they don't know about these rights. These rights are hard. Everyone is need and necessary. Just we in our organs, heart is there. Just like these fundamental rights are heart in our life. So these rights are everybody should know. And what is the articles saying says that what are the what we are following, that is we need to know about it is necessary. In this fundamental rights, Article 14 is equal right and equal protection of law. Every citizen of Indian citizen have equal rights and equal protection in front of the Constitution. This is Article 14. Uh, 15, Article 15, there is no discrimination on the basis of caste, race, creed, religion, where you born. That is 15. 16 is Article 16 describes about the provide equal employment opportunities in public sector. That is Article 16. So in this article only, state government and central government conducting exams, inviting applications. After that, uh, they are calling the interviews and everything. So this article will allow to write the examination all category of people. 17 is Article 17 is the untouchability. There is no discrimination on a caste basis. You are belongs to that caste. You are not coming to enter into our premises. You are not coming to take the water. You are not coming to enter into our um, home premises. You cannot eat our meals. That is the Article 7. There is no discrimination. Until abolition of untouchability is main. That is Article 7.
Thank you. That's good. So, do you think these fundamental rights, as you said, are being followed in our country? To what extent are they being followed?
Yes, ma'am. Fundamental rights are everyone is following. Those who are very well know, they will fight again if in case any obstruction is happened in the following the fundamental rights, they are protecting, they are fighting
What
against
about other people who do not know their fundamental rights? People in our country, I mean. Are
other
there people like that?
other people, like example, those who are illiterate people, those who are doing uh, bonded labor, like municipal workers, group 4 workers, they don't know about these fundamental rights.
So, what is the way? How can people be made aware of their rights?
Okay,
As a law student, what do you think? How can you do that?
I'm thinking that in the academic structure, we should include one subject that is constitution. That's better, ma'am. Nowadays, our educational percentage is increasing, literacy is increasing. So everyone in the childhood only they know about the constitution, they know about the fundamental rights and everything.
You think it should be introduced in schools?
Yes, ma'am. Constitution and psychology, both subjects are introducing is necessary, ma'am.
Why psychology?
Psychology means irrespective of the background means economical background or cash background, anything. They are sometimes they are feeling very brutal things. In no, nowadays, modern developed cities are just like Hyderabad. In this famous those who are children from IAS people are highly qualified children also. They are attracting towards drugs, pornography, and everything. So this is a scenario. I'm thinking that psychology is necessary, and every mandal level, one government psychology is necessary for that. I'm thinking this is my plan. So for that, those who are suffering from psychological, they will bet. As per my knowledge, my consideration, mental disability, physical disability. Compared to physical disability, mental disability is more danger.
Yeah.
So we need to avoid this problem. So another thing is that uh, apart from government, those which government are ruling, I'm not pointing out of any government, but they should focus on health and education. More focus, they are allocating funds more 20% is better, ma'am.
More.
More.
10% more.
Now they are 8 to 10% as of my knowledge, but
For
eight
education.
education in the budget allocation it will increase to 20%. Why I am mentioning is that there are a lot of n number of reasons.
Okay, give me two reasons.
Two reasons. I am belongs to Telangana state, so I'm migrated to another state in case. So me and my friend are migrated to another state. We are some forget about the law background. I will go for from work purpose. So me and my friend are going there, joining there for work. Within initial days, within less span of 1 week, there one accident is happened to my friend. We don't have money. We don't have the circumstances where the sources are available. So where we will go? Whom to we will borrow?
So, what do you propose? How should your friend be helped if such a thing happens?
Me.
Yeah, but since you talked about a situation, so what kind of help can be given to the friend who met with an accident?
Yes, if budget is allocating on education and health, within we will go for nearest hospital. That's government hospital. We are going for the seeking of money only. We are migrated to another state because of
Yeah.
money purpose only. So initial days we don't have money. So we will, if government is increasing the money, budget is 20%. Not only from Telangana state, every state is focusing on budget on education and health. So the I will save my friend life. I in our Telugu state, the medical facilities are very low, ma'am. Low, ma'am. If accident is occurred in very rural area, it's there no one will guarantee about their life.
That's a very sorry situation.
So,
You think it's better in other states, is
yes,
it?
yes.
Compared to other Telugu states?
Ma'am?
Other states are better compared to our Telugu states?
No, ma'am. Other states are compared to other states. Telugu state is good, good, little good position, but we need a rapid progress.
Okay, thank you, Swami. That was nice interacting with you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Um, I really liked your ideas. Actually, you spoke about so many things, and why you chose law. That itself is very, you know, makes me feel that yes, we need lawyers like you, students with that kind of helping attitude.
Mm.
You feel people should be aware of the fundamental rights first of all, and that we find the constitution interesting. And I'm sure people like you are there, young students who come out with that mindset. They will do a lot for the society. So this is great. And you have the background, you have
I
student,
personally,
you are a student, or you have been playing, you have been a sports person also, as
yes,
you
ma'am.
said,
Personally,
ages.
I feel that mental health is mental health, physical health, economic health. Three types of health is required. Economical health we is my doesn't my hand. Mental health and physical health we need should follow. So for this one, for myself, I follow meditation and badminton,
Oh,
playing a
that's great.
badminton.
Nice. Okay, thank you, Swami.
Thank you, ma'am.
You spoke well, and I think your choice of words, quite a lot of them were quite good. You spoke about discrimination, you spoke about the fundamental rights, and the various words. So your choice of words were also, some words were really good, which expressed what you thought. That was a good thing. A little practice will make you speak much, with a little much more forceful, and you speak without pausing. I think it was all very good. So
Thank
let's
you, ma'am.
stop
Thanks
here.
for advising.
And I hope we can have more conversations with you later on.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's
Thank you.
stop here. And okay, so now we have a second law student. Thank you, Swami.
Thank you, ma'am.
We have another law student coming in. So we have with us Swapna. Good evening, Swapna.
Good evening, ma'am.
How are you? How
Fine.
did?
I'm fine, ma'am. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good too. Looking forward to have a talk with you. So, okay, Swapna, tell me about your hometown.
My hometown name is Varna. It's located near Karamchedu, Chirala, in Andhra Pradesh.
Mhm.
It's so beautiful village. It don't have any pollution like cities, like metropolitan cities.
Okay. So tell me, what's the most beautiful thing about your hometown?
In my hometown, there is a temple called Swarnamma Talli Temple. I feel it's so pleasure, so peaceful and pleasant when I go there and I do prayers. I feel happy and peaceful.
So, is she a village goddess?
Ma'am,
Is she, when you talk about Swarnamma
Talli.
Talli, do you think she's a local deity there,
Yeah.
the village goddess?
Yes.
Mhm.
She's
So, all the people there have a lot of faith in the
yes.
goddess?
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm. So, you think anything you pray to her will be fulfilled?
Yes.
That's great.
Not only me, whole village will
Everybody feels
believe
the
that.
same.
Yes.
That's nice. What else? Now tell me something about how is the village? You talked about Swarna. How does it look like? I have never been there, so you'll have to tell me at least a few good things about that village.
It looks very good. It has 3 lakes. Uh,
Three
uh,
lakes.
yes, which is used for drinking purpose water in a village, and we have so many temples, churches, and masjids.
Okay.
All the there is no religion discrimination. Everyone stay there only. Hindus, Christians, Muslims, everyone be like brotherhood in the village.
That's good. That's very nice. So, do you remember attending festivals like, say, Christmas, for example? Have you attended any of those
Yeah,
festivals?
in my childhood days, I went to church with my friends. There we ate some cake after prayers and we came to home.
Yeah.
I have some little memory about that.
What else? Any other childhood memory that you have from your hometown? which has remained with you, that is?
Yeah, in my childhood, I used to play with my grandfather's cycle all around my home.
Yeah.
There is very good roads in my village,
Mhm.
so I used to ride the cycle around
Okay.
the streets.
That's good. So, does it look like your village? When you talk about a village, I have seen villages in films. Do you think it looks like that? You know, small cottages and neat-looking houses. Is that how it looks?
Yeah, it's not look like that same like movies,
And
but
that's because I don't know much about villages. That's why
yeah,
I'm asking out of
now villages
curiosity.
also developed very well.
Mm.
We have multi-stored buildings
Okay.
and full-fledged roads.
Mhm.
There is no um, sandy roads in the clear roads in the village
Okay.
now.
Okay. So I would also like to know about your education background. What have you studied?
I completed my BSc Agriculture in my graduation,
Mhm.
and now I am pursuing my law first year, second sem.
Yeah. So, what made you choose agriculture?
Because my father is a farmer. Not only my father, in my village, so many people are doing farming. By seeing them in childhood days, I feel it's so good compared to software, sitting in some room and doing some work. I don't like that. I want to be with nature.
That's good.
So I choose the agriculture in my graduation.
Yeah. So, you enjoyed studying agriculture?
Yes, I enjoyed. I enjoyed a lot because I see with my own eyes. I see the seed to seed cycle process. Means we seed the seedlings in the
Plant the
seeds,
seeds.
and it comes. It grow very small plant. Next flowering, next fruiting, next stage it's ripening, and after it's come, we remove the seeds, pluck the seeds from the crop. Like that, I see the whole cycle from starting seed to seed. So
Yeah,
I
that sounds so nice.
feel
Seed to
so happy.
seed. I think that sums up your agriculture.
Yes.
The idea behind studying agriculture is so interesting because it starts from seed and comes to the entire
And
life process, and then it comes to seed again.
and with seeds.
That's great. I'm sure agricultural graduates do a lot for the country.
Yes.
Now, the most important question: what made you choose law after studying agriculture?
I came to, after completing my graduation, I joined in some government coaching center, some government exams coaching center. Later, I got married. I came here. My in-laws place in Hyderabad, so I came to Hyderabad. I started searching jobs for agriculture jobs, but I couldn't find any good jobs to fit for me. So I want to change my stream. So I choose law because in preparing for civils, I have some idea about politics, constitution. Like that, I create some interest towards law. So I choose this.
So anybody motivated you to study law, or were you motivated by yourself?
50% I'm motivated by myself because I want to do something more in my life. I don't want to sit like idle in the house. So I want to do something more. And another 50% is my husband. Whatever I do behind that, my husband is there for every time.
So
He suggests me to do law. It's good for you. So I choose.
So now I'll also ask you, since you have been studying law, now you're in first year. Is it?
First year, second sem.
So of all the subjects or topics that you've studied, which topic or which concept or which subject or which paper did you find most interesting? I would like you to speak about it for 1.5 to 2 minutes.
Okay.
So that's your choice. What topic or what subject did you find most interesting?
In In first year, first sem, we have 5 subjects like contracts, torts, family law, constitution, and environment science. I'm interested in torts and constitution. Constitution because I prepared earlier, as I told earlier, I prepared for UPSC civil services. So I had some grip on it. So I like it to read constitution and to know more about the constitution compared to studying in polity in UPSC. Here I choose. Um, Here I am listening more case laws and articles. How case laws are related to those articles. All that I am learning more compared to polity. Here I am learning more constitution. And in thoughts, another subject is thoughts. I love thoughts to learn more because in thoughts, everything we can sue the other person, opposite person. If we don't like the behavior, we can sue them. That I think most of the things we don't have that freedom to do that. This subject give us that freedom to do what something is not okay to us, we can sue them with their behavior. For example, if our opposite person's dog came to our home, if we don't like, we can sue them because of the negligence of the owner of the dog. So I like that thought subject very well. And come to Hindu law. As a Hindu, I know some customs and traditions. But now I am knowing more, like Panigrahi, Saptapati, these are all the things we do in our marriages. We know as a Hindu, we grown up, we know some customs, but here specifically we are identifying that, oh, okay, we are doing this, that in our marriages, and etc. like that.
Thank you. That was nice. Actually, you have given me so much information. I didn't know anything much about talks. Constitution, okay, something we all know. But talks is something which is, quite interesting. I wasn't aware that we can sue people. We have our own rights, and we can sue people if we find that our rights have been infringed upon. So you think talks will be very interesting for everyone? It's something which everybody should know about, isn't it?
Yes.
Have you noticed
Because
anything in your society where you feel people could sue somebody?
Ma'am?
Generally, if you have you noticed in your society, anywhere outside,
In India, how people is there, they'll adjust for everything. They okay, tell this is our neighbor's dog, no problem, we can leave. That is our neighbor's branch, tree branch. Okay, no problem. They are our neighbors. For after waking up, we are seeing each sides of like that. We adjust everything in India. So I couldn't see so much of cases in India compared to in England and USA, other countries. Yeah, in England and USA, they sue for small things also they sue. But in India, we compromise for everything. Okay, no problem. Let's go.
So, do you feel people are not aware of their rights? Or do they just do it out of friendship? Our neighbors, our relatives, our this and that. Is that how it is? How do Indians think?
Some educated people, they know their rights, but they think like they are our neighbors, they are our relatives. But most of the Indians, I think, it's my opinion, I think they don't know their rights. Some illiterate background, rural background, they don't know their rights. What are the rights present in the constitution? So they don't know.
So, once you've completed your law, what do you think you can do for not just for yourself? You wish to take it up as a profession, I suppose. What do you think? How can you contribute to the society in general?
I want to clear JCJ after my completion of the law, JCJ, Junior Civil Judge, because in India so many cases are pending in present in the court. If the good judge is there, I think so many cases will resolve early, easily,
Okay.
without delaying. So I want to become a judge after completing this.
So you feel you will do a lot for the society in general
Yes.
once you become a judge.
Yes.
And tell me about any famous lawyer that has inspired you, a real life lawyer, if you think, or if you haven't seen a real life lawyer, you can also talk about some film where you saw a lawyer who was motivational or inspirational.
I saw some real life lawyers, but I'll speak about the movie lawyers.
Okay. Just one character who inspired you or motivated you.
That movie, Surya's movie, Jai Bhim.
Okay.
I like that movie very much because the the people who know everything about law and who has power and money, they're literally
Tell me, what happened in the movie? I've heard about the movie, haven't seen it actually. Yes.
They're without doing anything, they are keep putting cases on them who are illiterate people because they don't know anything about law and they don't know about the society also, not law. They don't know anything about their rights. So who knows some law and some they have power, they keep the cases on them and they're keeping in the jail. And in that movie, there is one custodial death will happen. Who keep the person in the prison? And the wife who died in the prison, the wife also don't know anything. But they went to the advocate in that movie who is acted like advocate Surya. And the whole story goes on like that. It makes me feel so bad. Why people are doing like this? They don't know anything, but they're making them suffer. I
know. So I suppose this person did something, helped this lady, this woman, to find out about the truth. That's very nice, yes. I've heard about the film. I think now that you mention it, I'll go and see it also. So thank you, Swapna. It was very nice talking to you, interacting with you. And I know now quite a lot about your village and how it is beautiful. I would think I should go and visit it sometime. And also about what made you choose law. That's interesting. So all your points were very interesting. Custodial death, really, that's a very, I think, apt kind of expression. And this is very nice. So all your, whatever you said, I'm quite like your thoughts. Just, I think practice is what you people need. Always, it's the more you speak. And it depends on how much you need English for your law. If you need English, you need to express yourself, you'll have to speak more and more. I hope we'll have more conversations like this and read up more words. Try to, maybe also read from the newspaper, you get some new words every day, 2, 3 new words. So that when the time comes, when the necessity arises, you'll use those words. Okay? So this was very nice. So keep it up, and I am sure I hope we'll have more talks, interaction. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll have now another student of law, and this is Prithvi. Hello, Prithvi. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for having me here. I'm glad to be here.
So, this is. Tell me now, Prithvi, what is your Full name.
My name is Raj Kunapareddi,
Mhm.
and I was born and raised in Hyderabad.
And so, what do you know Hyderabad quite well? What are your impressions about Hyderabad since it's your hometown? Tell me something about your impressions in a few sentences.
Well, home is always nice. So since Hyderabad is home, I love it here. I've been I was born here. I went to a school not so far from my home called Gitanjali, and then graduated, studied my intermediate here, and yeah, I was here all my life.
Yeah.
City is a nice place.
Mm.
Particularly, I don't think I could live anywhere else in this country
Mhm.
because I'm so comfortable here.
Yeah.
And all of my friends are here, my family is here, so I feel like this is the best place I could be.
Yeah.
On top of that, I feel that
How are the
Hyderabad
people
is
here generally? If somebody who doesn't belong to Hyderabad, people to tell them something about the people in general. How are they?
Hyderabad is a confluence of a couple of different cultures.
Mm.
There's some Nawabi influence, I could say, from the Nizams.
Yeah.
And the Nizam had some people working who were from different parts of the country at that point of time. So there are those people, and then there are Telugus, which I think is the majority, maybe 60-70% of Telugu here. And
So, is there a lot of history in Hyderabad?
I believe so. There is a lot of history. Um, Again, so the Nizams have had 400 years of history here. But most of the old monuments that we see here are built by them.
Could you name a few for the benefit of our viewers?
One of the famous ones is Golconda Fort, which has been a tourist attraction for a long time.
Yeah.
There are some others. I don't want to butcher their names, so I just keep quiet about it. But there's Salarjung Museum, which has a lot of these artifacts. Yeah, they're preserved, well preserved.
If you were to compare Hyderabad with, let's say, another town in any of these Telugu states, for example, how do you think? Would you prefer Hyderabad?
Well,
Let's say Vizag or any other.
Well, I'd say Vizag is a nice place, but it's remote. I feel personally that it's little far away from all of the action, maybe. Hyderabad is sort of centrally located, and maybe Vizag has a more relaxed, laid-back vibe, which is nice because in 15 minutes you can reach almost any part of Vizag from wherever you are. Let's say if you're in the center, it takes you 15 minutes to reach any part of the city. Hyderabad, you're not that comfortable. It would take hours to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, that's
so. Yeah.
Now, Hyderabad is, do you think it's just a historical city or is there more to Hyderabad?
Oh, there's a lot more. So, the Hyderabad has come to be, has become famous only because of the IT boom. So, in the late 90s, after early 90s liberalization and all that happened, in the late 90s, it was all about the growth. The state was not doing too well, and then the combined state of Andhra Pradesh. So it was not doing too well, we didn't have too much money, so the government then and the leader Chandrababu Naidu decided that he wanted to bring in IT, information technology, which was still a nascent thing. It was something new. Most people weren't aware of it. Most of it did not have access.
20 years ago?
30 years ago now. So 95, 96, that was the time when he went ahead, got some investments. And that was sort of where it started. And Hyderabad, 30 years later, is all about IT. And it has grown. It is providing most of the funds to the state of Telangana today because of this information technology. So all of the major companies, Apple, Microsoft, Google, all of them have their offices here. And they generate revenue in taxes. They provide employment en masse to lakhs of people. So, Hyderabad is an IT city, mainly, I'd say. There could be other aspects to it. Infrastructure, real estate is also doing quite well, has been doing quite well also for the past 2-3 decades. And so these are probably the burgeoning sectors of Hyderabad.
So you took the ministers who came in, various governments which ruled Hyderabad have done a lot for the city. Do you think so?
Of course, it is only because of the government and the leadership that this city has been able to transform itself. Because before the IT boom, Hyderabad was just a no-name city. It was known for being Hyderabad, but not known for anything else.
Yeah.
So only after the IT boom, it has become bigger and bigger, and is connected internationally
So
to many
you
places.
have, yeah.
Many companies want to come and establish their headquarters here.
Any childhood memory you would like to speak about connected to Hyderabad? Or not necessarily Hyderabad, anything which you would like to speak about? Let's say, would you like to speak about, take a minute or two to speak about any particular childhood memory associated with Hyderabad or outside Hyderabad?
Well, my most of my childhood memories probably stem from the summer vacations that we used to have. I went to Gitanjali school and used to live almost very close by in Shanti Bagh apartments in Begapet. And every summer vacation we used to take the train to go to Vizag, and we had a lovely time with our relatives there.
Yeah.
So that was a fabulous experience. That's one. From Vizag, we also used to go to Srikakulam a couple of times, and that was also a nice experience. In Hyderabad itself, there are a plethora of memories because I lived in Shanti Bagh. Shanti Bagh is this massive apartment complex which has over 280 flats. So that was one of the early communities. It was built in 1980s. And fortunately for me, I had so many friends there that we used to go down, hang around every day, play all sorts of tricks, mischief, and so many other things. It was, we used to go to the shop near, nearby and buy one packet of chips, and all of us used to try to share it. So, on Independence Day, we used to fight for the chocolates and things like that. So, yeah, that was something that was there.
So later, do you think all your education happened in Hyderabad, or did you go to other places as well?
Yes, I've been abroad. So after I finished my graduation here from Osmani University, I did my bachelor's in business administration. I went to the US and did a master's in marketing analytics, which is MS in marketing, because I was from that background. And I've come back now and I'm doing law from Padala Rama Reddi Law College.
Now, so the most important question, what made you choose law after studying here, going abroad? Why law?
Alright, so this is a very interesting question. A lot of people ask me this, and especially because I've gone abroad and come back. So they're like, okay, you've gone abroad and come back, and now you're doing law. Why didn't you do it 10 years ago? So I think everything has a time for it, and maybe the time has come for me to do law. So I attribute this to a couple of different things. First thing, when I went to the US, I understood what is law. In a law-abiding country, how does everything work?
Oh, okay.
So if you look at the US, anything you do has an agreement, has a contract, has terms, has conditions, has clauses, and they only go according to that.
For example?
For example, you got a lease, you want to get a lease, you want to get a house for rent. So you have to sign a lease contract, and then if anything, any kind of issue is there, already the contract will already have a clause or condition or term, something mentioned about that particular item. You're supposed to follow whatever it is. If you don't pay or if you don't inform them in time, you may be liable. Okay. Yeah, there's so many such contracts, but this was something very important. Driver's licenses was one other thing. I went, in my university, we had something called student legal services. You have to pay $11 a semester, which is a pittance. And you would have a college lawyer represent you in case of some kind of issue. What kind of issue? Driving, parking tickets, speeding tickets, these kind of things. So I once had that speeding ticket, and I was going to say something to the police officer. Before I spoke to the police officer, before I gave my official statement, I started writing it down. I wrote down the whole thing, and then I had the good sense to call the lawyer.
Okay.
I called the lawyer, and she said, I mentioned some XYZ and all that, and she said, okay, this is going to put you in a very bad spot. Better you don't give any statement at all. And then I just told the police officer that I'm not going to give any statement, and then his face sort of changed, soured. So he was expecting that I'd give some statement. So essentially, you're not supposed to admit fault.
Oh.
So I was admitting fault by giving that statement in writing.
Okay.
So by not giving it and by having the good sense to call a lawyer and asking her what was supposed to be done, I exercised. I got the benefit
Okay.
of the law. So subsequently, the lawyer talked to. I had to pay a fine because of some speeding, some issue. But usually in India we don't do this much. But in the US, if you have infractions, so if you every issue that you have, you will lose a couple of points. And if you have more than 10, 20 points that you lose, then your license will be rescinded, cancelled. You will not be able to use and you can't drive. So they're very important to have the lawyer and have them to appeal the charge and appeal the
So did that make you realize that law is very important?
Yes, that is one of the main things. Apart from that, before going to the US, I was told by a couple of people, you should do law. And I just brushed it off because I said, who is going to invest 3 years of their time doing law? So I couldn't see any value to it. But after going to the US, coming back, I began to see the value and I began to understand what law is all about. Fortunately, COVID happened and COVID also changed a lot of the processes that were there. So before, law was a heavily manual and paper-based process. Everything is on paper and you have to carry duffel bags worth of documents to the courts, which was not fun for anyone, but they knew no other way. During COVID, they introduced so many changes in India that it sort of made it easier for everyone to start doing law. And also, I think the AI effect has increased. The software engineers are now afraid that their jobs are going to be eaten up anytime now. So they're now looking at getting a plan B. So that is also.
So is that what made you choose law? The fact that technology has been introduced? You don't have to carry all this physical manual
It's
files,
part of the
etc.
reason, I'd say. I'm not saying it's the only reason, but it's part of the reason because if it was heavily paper-based, it is it's a dehumanizing process to go through all the paper and go through it. So never something that's nice or experience. Now it's improving. So in a decade or so, nobody's going to have patience anymore. People are wanting to look for better and faster solutions. The Indian government also is doing a lot of things to improve.
So a lot of changes have happened in the study of law, perhaps?
The study of law hasn't changed, but the practice of law has changed. Then there's this new Arbitration and Mediation Act that came out in 2023. So they're introducing different forms of settlement. This has been there since the ancient times in India, but they gave it a new name called mediation, arbitration, and all that. So it essentially can solve the same dispute without going to an official court and still be legally binding. So these are things which
something like an out-of-court settlement.
Out-of-court settlement, but usually out-of-court settlements are not valid. This is because it's
So among the topics that you've studied, what do you find most interesting right now? The subjects.
I'm in the second semester of law. There are 6 semesters in total. So first semester I studied Hindu law, then I studied Constitution of India, contracts, I study torts, which is the law of negligence, basically, and environmental law. I think everything is interesting because you look at it, especially in the first semester, you're very excited to learn law. Typically, contracts, I feel, is the most interesting because you can understand, you can stipulate your own terms in any other law that you have. So all laws are based out of some statute. So statute is an act that has been passed by the parliament. So Indian Contract Act is the only act which allows you to set your own terms in a contract. So the parties set the terms instead of any other law. The law is already set. You just have to abide by it. But in this, you can actually create your own terms. So if you want a certain type of contract where you say, okay, if I win, if I am able to do this, I do X, you do Y for me. Or if I pay X, you do Y. So things like this, which can be set as per the party's choice.
Okay.
Parties are free to choose their own terms. And subsequently, Indian Contract Act 1872 has
So where does a lawyer come in at such a time?
Lawyers are the people who draft the contracts.
Okay.
So let us say that you are a business person and you want to buy something from China, and now you don't know their law, they don't know your law. So what do? You go to a lawyer, you tell them you want XYZ, I want to import 100 tons of gold or steel or whatever, aluminum, and you want it delivered on so and so date, every month of the 15th, I want 20 tons for 5 months straight. And if they deliver it late, I will penalize them $10,000 per day.
Okay.
You can stipulate all these terms, explain them in as much detail.
That's interesting, yeah.
And then also find out the jurisdiction, write it there. Jurisdiction with India, China, in India, Hyderabad courts, Telangana courts, Andhra Pradesh courts, these kind of things. So that helps because most of the time,
is there a lot of creativity involved in this?
For most people, it is a very dry and boring subject because there's so much paperwork to go through, and you have to have this eye to look for all the minutiae that's there because there could be something hidden there, and if you're not paying attention, you would miss it. Not only would you miss it, it would be to the detriment of your client, and they could lose a case or they could lose opportunities and all that. So, if you're a good lawyer, apparently you get paid really well. I have not yet been to practice, so I have to see how it works. But
that's very interesting. So, you think just going to the courts is helpful at this stage when people are studying? As a student of law,
going to the courts is essential. It's not an option. It is an essential part of the study of law. Because only if you go to the court do you actually see what's happening. And then you're able to put 2 and 2 together. So whatever you learn in the class, you actually hear those terms in the courts, and you see how the judge is responding, whether they are favorable, whether they're looking at what kind of cases are coming, who is the party, what are the lawyers arguing like, are they strong arguments, are they weak arguments?
So you have been to the court?
I've been to the court a couple of times. I went to a civil court.
So is it an enriching, enlightening experience?
It's definitely an enriching experience. Enlightening, I wouldn't say it's enlightening yet. Some days are maybe where you feel like you've learned so much, but most days, every day is enriching because you learn a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Prithvi. So it's been so nice talking to you. And particularly, you've given us a glimpse of how law works in America as well. So that's also interesting. And what made you choose law? That is greatly interesting.
And India is also going on the same path actually. In 10 years and 20 years, most people are not going to be knowing each other. That's why these countries have law. Because you don't know the other person. That's why you use law as an instrument. In India, you still find people who like, okay, if I ask you for 5 lakh rupees, you might give it to me as a hand loan without asking me documentation. But in other countries,
think documentation is very important, always.
In other countries, you don't know the person. He's a stranger. So you would not risk any money with that stranger. So trust is not something that's there. In a trustless society, you have to use law to be the trusted third party.
Now, coming back to our basic topic is use of English in law for law students. So you think English is very important for law students?
So if you look at the background and origins of law has evolved from England. So England basically colonized the whole world. And in order to maintain their own colonies, they had to create laws and so on and so forth. So from the year 1200 or so, maybe they've had law in place. So one by one, those people have continuously given out laws. And those laws are what are in force today all across the world. So since the law has come from England and it was originally in English, it is imperative to know English to be able to use law effectively. And only then, even if you look at our constitution, even though it's an Indian constitution, it is in English. And it is only English version that is debatable or questioned in court. You cannot take a Telugu version and go and say that this is what it says. English version is the only one which will hold. So the law has to be easy in English. You have to learn English. have to develop your skills in English.
Okay.
And even the people who know English, they have to learn the legal English, which is what it means. What does this particular phrase in Clause
Terminology.
54 of Income Tax Act mean? And then you have to do a lot of research on what it means. So, yeah.
I would think for a person who is not a law student, he or she might find it very drab because the terminology is difficult to understand. But those of you who are law students, you will find it interesting, I'm sure. So thank you very much. It was nice, great talking to you. And you expressed yourself that forcefully and you know your thoughts, your ideas. So thank you so much. Let's
Thank
hope
you.
we have more interaction. So,
Thank you for having me here.
all the best. Bye-bye.